and hit OK. And just to double check that, make sure everything's okay, I want to measure the distance from one end to the other, and that's 62.8319, which is very close to this distance here that's in the calculator. So now I can just close that out, and I will close off the bottom of my cylinder. Okay. Now again, I want to copy these numbers over that I made earlier, and you'll notice when I get to the end that since I drew 13 vertical lines, it would appear that I should have a number 13, but actually you have to remember that since this is a cylinder and you're unrolling it, that you'll have 2 points actually touching each other on your pattern. So in other words, when I get to the end, I need to have a number 1 again, which is back to the beginning of the cylinder. Okay, now that I've done that, I want to go back to my front view, and everywhere I had a vertical construction line, I want to draw a horizontal line. And as I do that, I'm going to match the colors. So I will just copy this line down to each of the points, and wherever that line touches, when it comes down, I will change that horizontal line to the same color. And to do that, I'm just using match properties. Okay, now you can see I've got some horizontal lines to work with. Now, another thing I want to point out that this will make your life a lot easier is that, well, first I want to extend these lines, and I'll make myself a grid. Okay, you can see that the line that runs up from, say, that runs to point 12, if it kept going, it would also hit point 2. The line that goes up to point 11, if you extended it all the way up, I'll show you, will hit point 3, and so on and so forth. So these corresponding points on your pattern, you can match those colors. So for instance, the point going to the line going to point 7, I'll make it red. Okay, the point going to the line going to point 8 and point 6, I'll make yellow. The line going to point 9 and point 5, I'll make green. The line going to point 10 and point 4, I'll make cyan, and so on and so forth until I get to the end. So this one will be 12 and 2, and the last ones are already white. Okay, so now all you have to do is use the spline command, and anywhere your colors intersect, you just pick that point. So you can see I got blue and blue, cyan and cyan crossing, green and green, yellow and yellow, red and red, and so on and so forth. So this is an easy way to learn to draw these, and you can see that after you do the let me back up 1 second. Now that I've hit all the points, the intersections, I can just hit enter 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and you can see that now I have the top of my cylinder. And you might want to zoom in and make sure that you did in fact snap on all the intersections. If you didn't, when you get done, your pattern will not be correct. Okay, but it looks like all these are right on. And just to show you what the truncated cylinder development looks like, I'll just copy it and pull it out. And if it makes it easier for you, or you just want to do it, you could copy all the lines with it, or you could turn this into one object. But this is what this cylinder looks like when it's unfolded. And that concludes this video on development of a truncated cylinder.